Are you managing your business from the exception instead of the rule? Hi, my name is Mangum, and I'm an author, a trainer, but more importantly, your real estate coach, and that's the topic of this edition of Sell to Serve. I recently had an agent in my strategic listing specialist class. It was a little bit of a challenge. Each word, each question that he expressed really had to do with what I considered a kind of a far-fetched exception. So he would say things like, Joe, you're telling us to ask these questions to get the root of a seller's motivation, but what if they just refuse to answer the questions? He even asked the question, what would happen if they don't like what I'm wearing? Eesh, really? Well, the truth of the matter is that all of us have some rendition of that going on. We've had something happen working with the seller where they've been challenging or demanding and it felt bad. And so now it's very present in our psyche. And so what happens is, to avoid that ever happening again, ever feeling that way again, we avoid the situations. So I have a coaching client, for example, that just recently expressed to me that she had told a seller their house would never sell at a particular price point, and then of course it did. It got a full price offer on the first day, and of course they were looking at her saying, see, we could have gotten more money for our house. So how has that shown itself? Well, now she is pricing houses too high. And houses being priced too high means they're sitting out there, which means the seller is suffering and she is suffering. Or I talked to a relatively new agent recently who said that they had been asked how many houses they had sold in a listing appointment. So they just thought they wouldn't go on listing appointments anymore. Again, perfect examples of your business being driven by the exception, not the rule. So what are the actions that you can take to get over these? Well, first, identify those areas that you are sensitive about and go ahead and get ready for it. So for example, with the new agent who got asked about how many houses that she had sold, they should go ahead and write a script that's been practiced and can be easily said if they ever get asked that again. For example, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I totally understand why you've asked me that question, and other sellers have asked me the same thing. We have found that it's actually the new agents who are enthusiastic, energetic, have the most current knowledge, and have the time to spend working on getting your house sold with the most net in your pocket. Plus, I have affiliated with a company that has hundreds of years of experience collectively, and they have my back, and they will help me help you. And isn't that what you want? So that is a really good script to go ahead and get rehearsed and ready in case you have it again. The second action that you really can take is learn the skill of when you get asked a question that takes you by surprise. So instead of answering it, because what happens is when you get that question, you have this little moment of panic and then you kind of go blah, 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 blah. So instead of doing that, pause and then ask this question. I'm not sure I completely understand the question. Will you please give me some more information? And what happens is two things. The first thing is it makes the person start talking, and as they start giving you information, it starts unfolding what really is at the base of that question. And then the second thing that happens, it gives you a moment to calm down and to think. So again, those are the two actions to help overcome using these exceptions to rule your business. If you like what we do with our video blog, please make sure to go to YouTube and subscribe to us, and also go out to LinkedIn and reach out to us, or Facebook and like us, and follow us on Twitter. And as always, remember, it is the learners who are the earners.